There's no time for doubt today. It's a flat out, leave it all on the field, fight for the win kind of day.
The definition of a woman on a mission.
Here's to the grit.
It's going to come down to that grit and that fight, and I think that we have it.
Here's to the chance to fight another day and the tenacity it takes to chase victory.
We're going to leave it all on the field, and we'll figure out a way to get it done.
Here's to them. They are fearless, confident, and ready.
Another word that comes easy. I am the definition of a woman on a mission.
And we welcome you to the NCAA Women's College World Series presented by Capital One. Tonight's 4 teams, well, they all lost yesterday to fall into the losers bracket, making these games must win or your season comes to an end. First up, it's the 12-time national champion UCLA Bruins and Northwestern. They are familiar foes from a game back in February. How about Maeve Nelson walking it off for the Wildcats? A 3-run home run in the 8th, which ended up being a transformative swing towards their run at the Big Ten regular season championship and ultimately to get here to the Women's College World Series. And we welcome you to Hall of Fame Stadium. I'm Beth Mullins along with our Olympic gold medalists, Jessica Mendoza, Michelle Smith. Holly Rowe is with us down on the field. Well, Jess, let's talk about UCLA. This program, they come here to win championships. They don't come here to go home early. 30 trips to this Women's College Series. Just once, they've lost their first 2 games and had to leave. So what's been the formula over the years?
Let me take you back. When you go back to the beginning, when they started winning those national championships, it started with the talent. They went and got the best. Then it was about the belief to win those first few. And then it became about the resilience because they had the target on the back. They had to keep going. And then, of course, it was an intimidation, the confidence, the swag that comes with all the natties, the coaching. Even now, so many of those players are now on this staff, part of that history. The one common theme has been the ace. The pitchers that they've had, that's what this team currently has. You look at their numbers throughout the season, leading the Pac-12 second in the nation in ERA.
Northwestern did, in fact, see Megan Faramo and beat her in the regular season. They'll have their eyes on her once again. And Michelle, for Northwestern all year long, it's been their upperclassmen leading the way. They came up big in the regular season matchup. Those stars are going to have to shine tonight if they get to play another day.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a team that has 9 seniors. 6 of them will start here this afternoon against UCLA, and they are led by Rachel Lewis. She is the Big Ten Player of the Year. Why? Because she can flat out bash it. 23 home runs on the year, and she can run 26 stolen bases. But in the circle, it is Danielle Williams. She has been outstanding. 326 strikeouts, a knee-buckling changeup, 31 wins on the year for Williams. Look for her to be strong in the circle and mix those speeds.
Yeah, you played all season to get to the Women's College World Series. Nobody wants to go 2 in BBQ. Season's on the line tonight. Let's take a look at our starting lineups brought to you by Capital One. The UCLA Bruins are the 5 seed. They are the visitors tonight, and there is a look at their lineup with Washington, Perez, and then Delaney Wiz. That was the home run swing and the reception of the Jolly Rancher in their 7-2 loss to Texas yesterday. It is a short turnaround for the Bruins and Wildcats in this new format at the Women's College World Series. What had traditionally been a winner's bracket night is now a loser's bracket elimination game showdown. And of course, in these situations, you're going to throw the ace and dance with the one that brung you, Smitty and Jess, and that is Danielle Williams.
Danielle Williams, she's known for the changeup. That's been the pitch. You look at the numbers throughout, especially what she did early on to beat this UCLA team. But to me, it's not just the changeup, it's the pitch that sets it up.
There's an intriguing matchup, by the way. In their regular season meeting, Kinsley Washington was 3 for 4 with a double, a triple, and a home run off of Danielle Williams. She was the Bruins' best hitter all those months ago.
Kinsley Washington, I think, is the best in this lineup with bat-to-ball skills. She's able to really follow, read off-speed pitches, and put them in play.
Fifth year out of Whittier, California. UCLA Bruin fans remember her heroics with the walk-off win in the championship series, the first walk-off to win the national championship in 29 years in 2019, and she draws the leadoff walk. Let's check out the scout.
I talked about the setup pitch to the changeup for Danielle Williams to lefties. It's coming inside with the curveball to then set up and get the hips firing for the changeup. Even to righties, you'll see her go away with harder and then come in under the hands to get them off balance. Coming inside, though, that's her bread and butter. Follow it up, pull the string, 10 miles an hour less. That's when she's at her best.
Dragging the bunt, Bree Perez, and they got her at first. A tough turn for Williams to throw with the left hand, but Perez successfully moves Washington into scoring position.
Well, sacrificing against a lefty, you always want to go down to that right side of the field. It makes it more difficult for left-handed pitchers to field that and go to first. But she gets the job done, picks up the out.
So an RBI opportunity for Delaney Wiz, and nobody still in the tournament has more runs batted in than Delaney does. 14 of them in this postseason with a couple of home runs. And Wiz gets a hold of one, and that's out to left. They will wave the runner home. Washington to the plate head first. And within minutes, UCLA grabs the lead.
Delaney Wiz has just been outstanding, a 400-plus batting average, and this is a curveball on the outside corner, so it's going to be a little backdoor, but it comes back into the zone over the white, and she just goes and gets it, drops it onto the green, and obviously with the speed of Kinsley Washington, she's going to dive and get to that plate, putting a run up on the board for UCLA here in this first inning.
One on and one out for Maya Brady. Maya was 0 for 2 with a walk yesterday. They lost 7-2 to Texas. Northwestern trying to rebound from a 13-2 run rule loss to top-seeded Oklahoma. Brady just out in front. Lefty's got some pop in the bat. Hitting .325 on the season. With a hit in 10 of her last 11 games, she's seen her batting average go up over 40 points with a nice stretch run.
Bruins like the lefties. .329 on the season against left-handed pitching.
We've got 7 left-handers in the lineup today. That'll get under the glove of Williams, and Brady will leg it out.
Tell you what, it's a whole different level of energy that we're seeing this game already in like the first 10 minutes. Maya Brady out the gate, and she just gets going, gets on her horse, knows that she's not only got power but speed. And watch her just keep an eye. As soon as she sees that Williams misses this, she's like, let's go. Does a nice job of legging out a single for the Bruins.
After seeking some counsel from her infielders, Williams will face the 5-hitter in the lineup, Alyssa Garcia. Alyssa 1 for 3 yesterday for the sophomore out of Chula Vista. Hitting around 400 in her last 10 games. Finally feeling close to 100% after some injuries throughout the year. Popped it up behind the dish, and the scoop catch is made by Jordan Rudd, the Gold Glove winner this year in women's college softball for catchers. 2 down. Here's a look at Kelly Inoue Perez, 16th season as the head coach, 35th year at UCLA. National champion as a player, an assistant coach, and a head coach. Savvy Polo, the freshman right fielder. Savannah out of Santa Ana. All Pac-12 freshman team this year. And the niece of Pro Football Hall of Famer Troy Polamalu. Wiz with the RBI single. Brady followed it up with the infield single. Pola. High fly ball out to left. Angela Zedex got it. Couple stranded, but a runner in after the leadoff walk for Kinsley Washington. 1-0 UCLA. Let's check out the starting lineups brought to you by Capital One for the Big Ten champion Northwestern Wildcats. And it features Rachel Lewis. That was their sweet home run swing. Number 23 on the year to tie the single season record yesterday afternoon. And one of the myriad of upperclassmen on this roster. She came back for a 5th season specifically for this trip to Oklahoma City, helped get her team here. And now trying to help them stick around for a while. Got to win tonight or you're headed home. And they will face Megan Faremo, the Pac-12 Pitcher of the Year, out of Oceanside, California.
Faremo's been outstanding on the year. 22 wins, just 34 walks on the year. And the reason why is because she can really bend the ball to multiple zones. She really gets low and likes to drive off that pitching mound. But look at the way that she's going to use that rise ball. She can bend it back underneath the hands of the righties, the way she can steer it. She'll do a curveball low and outside. She'll also throw a screwball, but it's really her ability to paint the edges and use that great control that is such an asset. She's going to need to mix things up a little bit more. Yesterday, she was hit early in counts. We'll see if they decide to throw in some non-competitive pitches early in counts to try to get the Wildcats chase pitches out of the zone.
Her team able to get a run up in the first, so she's looking at the lead. Stepping off the rubber here to face Skylar Schellmeyer. Terrific leadoff, who had a rough day yesterday. Skylar went 0 for 3 and struck out 3 times against Hope Troutwine of Oklahoma.
And I'm sure UCLA scouting yesterday's game. Troutwine's a lot of rise ball, a lot of up in the zone. They know that Northwestern struggles with that. They'll probably go right back up there. And that's a good rise ball.
.348 batting average on the season. She's the one that the Cats count on to get some things going. Out of Urbandale, Iowa. Interesting, too, to listen to Kate Drohan talk about, you know, all the analytics and the exit velo for a slapper, which was kind of cool to hear her talk about, really pounding it into the dirt.
It makes sense. I mean, being able to utilize the barrel not just to hit bombs, but to also get that hard ground ball utilizing the dirt. That's what gets you the base hits.
See if she can utilize that here tonight. Number 2 with these slappers, they have to keep all 10 toes inside that batter's box. Already the hitters have stepped on the chalk on both sides of the batter's box.
Well, and you'll see when Skylar gets in there, she starts in the back corner.
Yep.
Which, if she was hitting, would be crazy because she couldn't even really reach the plate. But because she's slapping, she kind of gives herself that room.
Looks like they're all checking the card on Delaney Wiz's wrist there to make sure they all have the same one. Quite often, you'll have different cards for different pitchers.
Yeah, it's pretty important.
Oop, sorry.
You want the one
I had my
calling the
Holly
pitches.
Azevedo. Let me switch that out. Megan, who missed out on last year's World Series after a hand injury. So anxious, so excited to get back here, and then it didn't go the way she had hoped yesterday in her debut. And Schellmeyer greets her with the base hit through the 5-6 hole here to open it up for Northwestern.
That is textbook short game. We've seen some shifts kind of cover that 5-6 hole between third base and pitcher, and you can see she gets pretty out of the box with that left foot because she's coming towards that 5-6 hole. All her momentum poking the ball right through for a hip. That is a slapper's dream.
And that'll bring up Rachel Lewis, who hit a home run off of Faremo in their matchup back in February at the Clearwater St. Pete Elite Invitational. Also had the home run yesterday. Chasing the legendary Garland Cooper, who holds the single-season record with Rachel now at 23.
One of the greats, Garland Cooper.
She could mash.
Rachel Lewis is a beast.
Well, she already passed the career record set by another member of that 2006 team that reached the championship series, Tammy Williams.
When I say beast too, I mean she's got the 23 home runs on the year. But the stolen bases at 26. I mean the power, speed, as you take a look at Tammy Williams, Eileen Canny, and Garland Cooper. The trifecta.
Strike across the inside corner to Rachel. Well, we talked about that with UCLA, the tradition and the pride, and you don't want to let the old timers down. Similar for this Northwestern team, they've developed a great friendship with that group that was here 15 years ago. Back-to-back trips in 06 and 07.
That's when you utilize the alums. I mean, the fact that they've been able, Eileen Canny had to step in for Michelle Gascoigne when she was on maternity leave and help coach up the pitchers. Tammy Williams was an instructor to a few of the players on this team when they were young.
Tried to check it. And did.
Boy, and that's strength right there to check that. That is a rise ball coming up, and she starts, and look at the way she just holds that back. The strength of those forearms to keep that bat back so it doesn't break the plane, front part of the dish.
The throw down, sliding in safely. Schellmeyer takes second, gets into scoring position.
It's the rise ball at the top part of the zone and on the inside corner, and that's a foul tip. Great job by Delaney, whiz behind the dish to make sure she hangs on to that, looking for the strike him out, throw him out, but Schellmeyer with a ton of speed picks up her 23rd stolen base. Wow, it looks like Perez came a long way to make this tag.
Which makes me wonder, honestly,
Nice
why Schellmeyer.
Oh, she got her.
Yeah, going to see if they challenge this. It looks like they might.
But why she didn't go straight in. If her feet go to the bag, she's safe.
Yep.
That front foot got there plenty of time, but it was going around, and I think they get her.
That's a terrific look by our crew. So both coaches have two challenges they can use during the game, and then umpires can also go to the video replay booth after the sixth inning and beyond.
Schellmeyer thrown out only 3 times this year. And how about Delaney? She's only thrown out 8 would-be stealers. This is overturned, would be her 9th.
This is something new this year in the Women's College World Series. And it would appear that UCLA will win the challenge. You get 2, you don't get any challenges back if you use one, even if you win, so it's just 2 per game.
I'm still trying to figure out why she didn't go straight to the bag, though. When you're stealing the base, like that's the goal. Get there. Yeah, I see you.
Not quite sure what's taking so long.
It's a good time to get some dance move in, though.
The ruling on the field will be overturned to an out.
2 down.
Bree Perez, a great job of really selling that tag, getting that glove in the right position.
How about Delaney Wiz, too? She had to catch the foul tip,
Yeah.
by the way. And Rachel Lewis, after the strikeout, was actually in her way, and she threw it over the top of her head.
So it was the strike him out, throw him out.
There's Jordan Rudd now with nobody on for Northwestern. Farimo in for a strike. Jordan was 1 for 2 yesterday against Oklahoma.
Ball.
Jordan, a 4-time All Big 12 performer, hitting 600 in the NCAA tournament. Her 15 hits, the most of anybody in the field. 70 miles per hour from Faremo, 1 and 2.
Faremo looks like she has a little extra juice today than she did yesterday. First time in a while throwing in this environment yesterday. Looks a little more comfortable today here in this first inning already.
Foul outside the bag at third, past Kate Drohan, the head coach of the Cats in that third base box, 21 seasons. Her third trip here to the Women's College World Series. Prior to that, 3 trips for one of her mentors, Sharon Drysdale. They come in as the number 9 seed after knocking off the 8 seed Arizona State on the road, and now another Pac-12 foe tonight. Perez, player of the year in the Pac-12, gobbles that up. 1-0 Bruins through 1. Elimination Friday night.
The NCAA Women's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? And in part by Hanes. Stay cool. Stay supported with the all-new X-Temp Total Support Pouch.
Welcome back to the Women's College World Series presented by Capital One. Well, the UCLA Bruins have so many legacies, but perhaps none greater than the Perez sisters. It has been 8 years that a Perez sister has put on that Bruin jersey. First it was Kylie, and then little sister Brianna. They grew up together playing softball, being together, supporting one another, and they both turned into terrific players and leaders for this UCLA team. Tonight, Brie Perez is one of the final games of her career. They've got to keep winning for it to keep going, but they have played in over 500 games, 370 wins, and when I ask her what she hopes her legacy will be, is that she had great character, she took great care of her teammates, and that the Perez name will always mean something special to UCLA.
Yeah, Holly, they had the one season together in 2018, but how nice for Kelly Enoy Perez, every time she fills out that lineup card at some point, just writing in the Perez name. And they are certainly hoping that this is not the last time it will appear. Win or go home. And for the Bruins, their 31st time at the World Series. They have gone to BBQ just once. That's unbelievable.
It is really unbelievable. It's consistency.
100 wins just in the Women's College World Series in this, the 40th anniversary.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing.
This is their 141st World Series game. I mean, that's like 4 seasons. You know, I don't do math, but I think.
Wow, it's a lot.
That's the kind of tradition that they live in inside what they call the Bruin bubble.
And comfort level.
Yeah.
Year after year, right?
Oh, the pop-up dropped in foul territory by Hannah Katie, and they will give UCLA an extra out here in the second.
Look, Katie's calling for it and just loses it. You can see she's kind of floating back for that, goes off the tip of her gloves. Being an infielder, uses a small glove, but it's just off the tip.
Closed it before it got in.
Yeah, they will score that an E5. With Anna Vines at the plate, 7, 8, and 9. Delaney Wiz with the RBI single in the first to give them the lead. The winner of this one will have tomorrow off and then play Sunday afternoon. The reward to be on ABC against either Florida or Oklahoma State. And how excited are we? Big day tomorrow for our company, for the sport of softball. The very first World Series game on ABC with Oklahoma and Texas, 3 o'clock Eastern. And then that Florida-Oklahoma State game tomorrow night on ESPN. This is the first game of our doubleheader tonight. Oregon State and Arizona coming up next. Called strike 3 on Vine, so the drop ball in foul territory doesn't hurt him, other than a few more on the pitch count for Danielle Williams. But as we've talked about all postseason, the pitch count for her is quite irrelevant.
Exactly, because she's going to throw almost every inning for this team, and that's that knee-buckling changeup. Look at the way it comes in. A 3-2 count, she can throw it in any count at any time. The way she rolls that off her fingertips, that tight rotation on that pitch is what's so deceiving, makes it look like it's coming in at 64, 65 miles an hour instead of 52 miles an hour.
The pitch count for Danielle in this NCAA tournament, 769 over the course of the regionals, the supers, and now the second game here in OKC. There's a changeup to get Faremo out in front. Megan, who has been hitting for herself, or doing even a little pinch hitting later in the season, getting some swings in. She's primarily just been pitching for her first few seasons. Waits on it and pops it up. Katie's got it. 2 down. Good look at the Hall of Fame complex here in Oklahoma City. Oh, both sides are out there. I see a little orange and black of Oregon State. They're looking for their first championship, and that would be the blue jerseys of the 8-time champion Arizona Wildcats.
Such a cool look. It is awesome.
Great crowd again, capacity. Those two sides are coached by two of the great outfielders of all time, Caitlin Lowe and Laura Berg.
It's kind of crazy knowing them both, that if they ever thought they'd be going head-to-head at the Women's College World Series. Almost 20 years apart in age, but had the opportunity to play together at 2008 Olympics.
They are both national champions as players. They could join Kelly I as a national championship player and head coach. It's just a handful of folks that have done that. Along with UCLA's Sue Enquist, Carol Hutchins at Michigan State, and now the winningest all-time coach in college softball at Michigan. And then we're going to throw Tim Walton a little love on the guy side. He won a national championship playing baseball for Oklahoma, and of course, coaching up the softballers at Florida.
And Kenny Gajewski as well on that same team.
He might have a shot at one this year, too.
So it's interesting that, have you called maybe a formula? Great student athletes winning championships and then going back to coach. I love it.
And a called strike 3. So a couple in the inning for Danielle Williams on elimination Friday night at OKC.
The NCAA Women's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? and in part by Hanes. Stay cool. Stay supported with the all-new X-Temp Total Support Pouch.
Texas has done it. Down go the champs. First loss of the year.
That didn't sit well with this team.
Let's go, Boomer!
Oh, there will be some hostilities tomorrow afternoon for the first time ever on ABC. Rivals across the Red River, #1 Oklahoma and the Texas Longhorns, followed by Florida and Oklahoma State. It's the new winners bracket Saturday here at the Women's College World Series. Texas and Oklahoma State, the only two teams to beat the top-seeded Sooners during the regular season. They are both here. It was a huge day yesterday for the Big 12. They went 3-0. Rough one for the Pac-12. They went 0-3. Florida Gators carrying that flag for the Southeastern Conference. They got 12 of the 13 teams into this year's NCAA tournament, but just one made it all the way here. That is the fewest in 15 years.
And then the whole conversation of the ACC, where we thought there potentially could be 2 or 3, and didn't get any.
4, 5, and 6 here for the Cats, including the hero of Northwestern's regular season win over UCLA, Maeve Nelson, who had the walk-off to beat Faremo and the Bruins. One of her 12 home runs this year. Rise at the eyes from Megan. You see a little more velo, a little more pop. 70 miles an hour. Your reaction time as a batter is like a 95-mile-an-hour pitch in MLB. You don't have a whole lot of time to think about it.
To me, it's the location. She is popping it more, but she was off yesterday with her rise ball. I mean, we saw 3 to the backstop. I mean, her just inability to hit the glove of Wiz, and right there coming inside literally Wiz did not have to move her glove an inch.
I think there's separation between her rise ball and her screwball, and that's what's important. So
Nelson out in front.
2 pitches aren't blending. Throwing the rise ball too low, it's almost on the same plane as the screwball, right? The rise ball needs to be up above the eye, so it differentiates that eye level, so the screwball is more effective when it's lower underneath the hands. And it's easy to blend those 2 pitches together as a mistake almost for pitchers, where you're not getting through your screwball enough or under your rise ball enough to differentiate and have 2 separate pitches instead of one combined pitch.
Nelson. Gloved by Malulu over to first, 1 away. Let's send it down to Holly Rowe.
Well, getting to know Megan Faremo a little bit better, the UCLA pitcher. She is of Polynesian heritage, and she is so proud of that fact. She said she didn't see a lot of kids growing up that looked like her, but she really looked up to Keilani Ricketts, maybe one of the most famous and successful Polynesian players in history. She was a pitcher. She was in the circle for Oklahoma when they won the College World Series, and Megan wants to be just like her, show other young women that look like her that it is possible, and really use Keilani Ricketts as a great example of what she could be.
Well, yeah, Holly, and of course, Keilani was a 2-time National Player of the Year and a National Champion. The last 2 years, the National Player of the Year is Hawaiian Jocelyn Alo, who plays for Oklahoma, and you got to think that next year, Megan will be one of the front runners for Player of the Year honors nationwide. With smoke like that.
Yeah, and it's great when you look at Megan Faremo, her body type. She looks like a pitcher. She's strong. She's got long levers. But you look at Hannah Bowen last night for Arizona, 5'4". She can bring it as well. That's what I love about this position. There's all different types. You can play the game, can pitch the ball at an elite level.
Well, and there is no denying, whether you're already playing in college or whether you're in high school or younger, we've talked so much about conditioning with these athletes that make it here to the Women's College World Series. It's diet, it's nutrition, it's weights, it's Pilates. It's making sure you are in tip-top shape if you want to compete with the best. And sometimes in women's sports, you can't have those kinds of conversations, and we need to make sure we still do.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I tell people all the time, my best pitching weight was 168 pounds, and I was always trying to gain weight, and it seems like a bad thing sometimes if we talk about weight. For me, the heavier that I could be, the better, the more I could throw the ball. I think the other thing that's an important aspect to remember is most pitchers, when they're working this hard, your heart rate is up to about 170 beats a minute. So you have to be conditioning yourself to be able to live at that 170, 180 beats per minute and still be extremely effective.
And you get strikeouts like that. That's the second for Ramo, 2 down.
And Faramo getting long outside that circle. Just great leg drive. Rise ball at the top of the zone. She's got good hopping control on that pitch. Nice rotation.
And guys, you're just talking about her frame, her levers, her strength. Well, Kelly Inouye Perez actually took her to a place in San Diego called TPI, and she was tested as an athlete. Greg Rose did the testing, and she tested out in the top 3% of any athlete he has ever tested. She was also recruited to be a Division I volleyball star, and she's just uniquely built. So strong, such great levers and the power, but not only that, got herself into incredible shape this season.
Well, and Holly, it was cool talking to her when she was 8 or 9 years old. She was like, I was always the biggest girl on my team, and my coach told me use that to her advantage. And you'll watch in her windup how she gets down into her legs. She said she started that when she was a young girl. She's like, I wanted to be a beast. I wanted to come at the hitters and use my size to my advantage. So she started to get low so that she could come up as an intimidation factor. It makes me think of Monica Abbott, who was another great pitcher that would kind of get down low. No looky, you just see the top of her head and then come at you with a lot of legs and arms.
Yeah, and she uses those arms as big levers to help pull herself off the rubber. But at times, it almost looks like she changed her motion there a little bit off the side as well.
Yeah, see this, and she's been doing it for about 15 years, getting down into those legs, which is also a good reminder for her to use her best asset, which is her lower half.
And since she transformed her body, they call her Megantron. Megan Faramo, 3 strikeouts on the night.
Faramo using that rise ball. Great rotation. Hop at the top of the zone. Couple of strikeouts in the inning.
Title IX is just a thank you for all the women who have paved the way to allow us to be here right now.
What Title IX means to me is woman inspiring women.
Title IX means endless possibilities for future generations.
Now the 50-50 campaign, a company-wide initiative commemorating the 50th anniversary of the passing of Title IX. And during the month of June, stories will be told in multiple formats that document the civil rights journey of women in sports. So 50 years of Title IX, 40 years of the Women's College World Series. UCLA has the most titles, 12 NCAA championships. Arizona with 8, Oklahoma has 5. You heard from the Sooners and the Longhorns in that last feature. Of course, they are head-to-head tomorrow. It's winner's bracket Saturday, 3 o'clock Eastern on ABC, as Washington sprays one out to left. And for the second time, she leads off an inning and gets on base. Top of the order here for UCLA.
Look how late Kinsley Washington. I mean, this is like catcher's about to catch the ball. Does a nice job off her back leg, and that's why I was saying her bat-to-ball skills, able to wait a long time, especially against a change-up pitcher. They're higher velocity.
Yeah, that's an inside pitch, and she kept her hands inside. That's outstanding.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're a pitcher and you throw a pitch there and they hit it the opposite way, you're like, all right, where do I throw it? Like, it's tough.
Well, last time in this situation, Bree Perez dragged a sacrifice. Washington now, by the way, head-to-head against Danielle Williams. Can you hit a cycle over 2 games? Is that
no? But
that legal?
We'll go for it.
She's now added a single to the double, triple, and home run that she had in the prior game. Bugshambi still would not go for that. But Washington goes, gets the mitten in there, and tags the bag before the throwdown.
That was a little old school, too. The Bruins were doing this. Watch Bree Perez swing late purposely. So obviously she's not trying to hit that ball, but to be able to hold Jordan Rudd just an extra half second, which was enough time to allow Kinsley Washington to get straight into second base, which is why she's safe.
So now Perez with a chance to get a run in. Let's send it back down to Holly.
All right, for our viewers at home, she is not wearing an oven mitt on her hand. I just want to be clear about that. That is a new technology that we're seeing more and more stuff in softball right now called a sliding mitt. It's really nice because it helps protect the fingers if she's going in, and you saw her slide in with that fingers first into the bag, another protective measure that athletes are using now in softball.
Okay, so I wonder, it looks like, did you see it bend up there? I wonder how long it's extended on the arm. I mean, you're always looking for the advantage, right? So maybe it's a good 4 inches off.
I still like oven mitt, though.
I do, too.
I mean, technically you're stealing the base, which means it would be hot
yes.
in legal parlance.
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
Mitten's always a good one for those of us that grew up in the cold weather.
Get an extra long one.
That's what I mean. You get an extra 5 or 6 inches to the bag.
Look
Close
at that.
play. Look at it.
And her fingers aren't that long.
Exactly.
We're going to have to be regulating that soon.
Yes, Lord.
After we had the hanging strap incident yesterday and the hit by pitch. Perez. So back to what Holly was telling us about Bree and her sister Kylie. This is her 38th NCAA tournament game and the 261st start of her career. She's enjoying her best season ever at the plate. And she is number 2 all-time on the hit list, past Kylie and past Stacy Newman. Only Natasha Watley has more, and she'll earn the free pass here. The legacy that Bree will leave behind when her playing days are done. Well, she scored the most runs ever, second in swipes and hits. She had a double yesterday, and nearing 200 career RBI.
Yeah, we asked her about a lot of those records, and she was like talking about how she grew up watching Natasha Watley and both shortstops, and she passed her on the runs record.
Now, are you guys liking pitching to Delaney Wiss here, who has driven in the only run with an RBI single in the first? She's hitting over 500 in the tournament.
I probably would not have pitched to her in the first inning when first base was open, but in this situation, you have to kind of go after her.
Right?
Yeah.
Nobody out, 2 on.
Yeah, I definitely would have walked her in the first inning or at least pitched around her.
Maya Brady on deck is her protection. Maya singled the first time up.
I think I can hear UCLA calling the changeup, so I'm pretty sure they probably have it picked. Kirk Walker's one of the best in the business at picking opposing pitchers.
Yeah, that's Kirk Walker, who is the one staring in on that. And Delaney Wiz, too, she's transferred in from LMU, and even the last couple years that she's been in a Bruin uniform has changed a lot with her swing. Look at last year back. She literally had no stride. She was wide out, would kind of just heel up, heel down, and had a hard time really getting to the inside pitch. This year, this was the big change she made. Watch that leg kick. Watch that foot, not just heel. Get up, get down, and she said it got her timing to a place where she could crush a pitch she couldn't hit before.
Oh, and Williams gets her. 1 down. Third strikeout for Danielle.
Well, to be able to get Delaney Wiz, too. Look at how far Wiz is off the plate. Look at the location. Perfect location, up and away from the biggest hitter in this UCLA Bruins lineup.
In for a strike to Brady.
That was interesting, Jess, because Wiz hit a curveball on the outside corner that stayed low. They went back to that same corner, but they went up with a rise ball. So deciding to still attack her outside, but just on a different plane.
Big out there. Now Brady with a chance to do some damage. Great look at the upper deck. It was added on a few years ago. The new press box here. Foul ball. Took out an ankle of Paul Eds. He's with Mike Burwell, Naomi Hurdall, and Mike Bartling tonight. Our umpire crew. 12,000 strong on hand for our doubleheader tonight. Double elimination format. If you win, you get to get the next day off, get rested up. Winner of this one will play again on Sunday. The unfortunate part of the new bracket is if you lose on Thursday, you come right back now and play on Friday. You could be bounced in 24 hours. A short stay on the big stage. 1-2 pitch.
Maya Brady's had 2 strikes for the last 4 pitches, and with runners in scoring position this season, she's been 70 points higher. Kind of relishes in being in the clutch positions, and honestly hitting behind Delaney Wiz, you got to.
Washington a base hit. Perez walked. A couple of Bruins aboard. And under the glove of Nikki Cochran, they are still able to get Brady at first, but the runners advance 2 down. Good recovery there by Nito.
This is a changeup again, and Brady just a little bit early on it. It goes off of Cochran's glove, but Nito right there to clean it up. Cochran off the ground early, getting over there. And boy, Brady hits, it's a good, again, great defensive play, but Brady hits the bag a little.
She
little off balance.
Her ankle a little bit. Appears
Looks
to be okay.
Yeah.
Here's Alyssa Garcia, popped up in the first. Off speed in for a ball. Two now. Garcia had a chance to drive a run in the first. And now another opportunity here in the third to get a pair. 3-0. With the freshman Pola on deck. Now let's look at your base runners. Hey, the Women's College World Series continues with the Championship Series. Best 2 out of 3, and that will get underway Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern on ESPN. For more info, go to ncaa.com. It's the official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. We've expanded from 7 days to 9 days. So those teams that reach the finals, Mother Nature willing, will have a day off before that Champ Series starts, and we'll go Game 1 on Wednesday, Game 2 on Thursday, Game 3 on Friday night next week. Oklahoma Sooners are your defending champs. They beat Florida State in 3 games last year.
Speaking of the Sooners, Miss Michelle Gascoigne going out to talk to Danielle Williams.
You trying to sneak in a little lefty love here, Smitty?
Come on, Beth.
One of the left-handed national championship game pitchers for the Sooners. 2013. From our southpaw, Michelle Smith. Patty Gasso has always come here with left-handers. Dating back to Jennifer Stewart and their 2000 championship team. Of course, Ricketts.
Yep.
Righties, however, this year.
Yes. So every national championship she's won, it's been a lefty in the circle. This is
the Paige Perker. And then last year, G. Juarez. G was the MOP. She went 5-0. Change-up got her. Danielle Williams working out of the jam, and a couple stranded for UCLA.
What makes this changeup so good for Danielle Williams is the deception. You see how out in front the Bruins have been, but look at it from the batter's box. Out the hand that looks like a curveball, but nope. Pulling the cord.
Back here at the Women's College World Series, an elimination game, UCLA and Northwestern. Bruins up 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the third. Beth Bowens, Jessica Mendoza, Michelle Smith, and Holly Rowe with you.
Well, it's interesting the way Framo's been throwing. Take a look at on the left side. Look at her hands going to be together, and on the right side, how she split her grip, and she uses her arms in different ways. So a little bit of deception, different looks out of the hand, just to give a timing mechanism, a little bit of difference so pitches can't be picked. It's interesting. We talk often about how you can make little subtle changes in your pre-motion that can make a difference to the hitters.
Would you do that in-game in your career, Smitty?
I would, yes, and I would pause a little longer or be a little quicker because it just, and you know this, Jess, right? It upsets the timing. What do pitchers do, right? We're supposed to upset the timing of hitters, and so when you play with your pre-motion a little bit, your hand split, all of that can affect the way a hitter sees the ball.
She's quicker on the one on the left,
yes,
and it jumps on you quicker versus the one on the right.
I'm guessing from the hitter's perspective, you would rather see the ball out of the glove than in it, or is it more hidden behind the body?
I just want to see it consistent. Like, that's, to me, I'm looking at the hip. I don't care what she does, but if she gets there quicker or longer, that messes with me.
Hannah Cady, it's 7, 8, and 9, so the first time up for the bottom of the Northwestern lineup. Single for Skylar Shellmeyer to lead off for Northwestern. That's the only blemish so far on Faremo. Has struck out 3. Hannah, the Prep Michigan Player of the Year, a high school All-American, has worked her way into the lineup this season for Northwestern. One of the reasons, according to her teammates, she is the smartest person we know.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Pre-med at Northwestern for Hannah. Trying to figure out this battery of Faremo and Delaney Wiz, and they get her right there. Strikeout number 4. Let's send it down to Holly.
Well, guys, something really special that Easton is doing with their catcher's gear is personalizing it to each individual player. You will see right across her breastplate there, she's got a cross, and part of that cross symbolizes the scar of open heart surgery that her sister Stevie has gone under, several surgeries to correct a heart issue from when she was a child. She's got many things on the inside that mean something to her, from her faith to her little brother who passed away. So many things to make it personal as it rests right against her heart and her chest. Jen Schroeder, a former catcher at UCLA, working with Easton to get this gear done. And I just think it's really special that what she's wearing on her heart in this moment is so personal.
Yeah, special to her sister Stevie and her brother Hunter.
Well, and the emotion when they surprised her with it. It was something that she wasn't a part of. Easton and Jen Schroeder had to reach out to her family and friends and teammates to ask them what would mean the most to be on her chest.
And Stevie played softball for UCLA, and just, that connection between the two of them, and Delaney transferring over, all those things that make, the sisterhood so great.
And she'll have it forever. I mean, that's pretty dang cool.
And for her brother, the spirit of his memory. Anybody that's lost a sibling knows that sometimes you feel like, or you want to live life for two, and Hunter is right there on the inside. And of course, Stevie, we've seen here at the Women's College World Series, a part of their 2019 National Championship team. Scoring there as a pinch runner against Oklahoma, had overcome surgeries and so much discomfort that season, was able to get into the game here in Oklahoma City. A terrific story.
Yeah, it was just after that national championship that she had to undergo another surgery, and so just a great story.
Sydney Supley here is the DP from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. And right on cue, there's Wiz. 2 down.
I think the other thing that's great about the gear is that we finally have gear that is really made for women or custom made.
Yes.
A lot of catchers I threw to used to have to wear men's gear, and so it wouldn't fit correctly, and they'd get hit in the ribs. Karen Johns is up here.
Our statistician extraordinaire and great catcher.
Yeah, used to catch for me, and or the shin guards were too big. They couldn't, they tripped trying to run down to first base to cover backups.
Michelle Smith, ladies and gentlemen, blaming her wild pitches on the catcher's gear. We'll just let that one, we'll let that breathe for a bit, let it simmer.
Love it.
Grace Nito, trying to break the spell that Fremo has put on them, has retired 7 straight. Grace, the freshman, so they've stacked up some underclassmen. The only two in the lineup, actually, Nito and Katie. Trying to pass that bat to the top. Of course, our Holly Rowe is down on the field with us throughout this World Series. That means she gets to chat with the head coaches. Kate Drohan coming up the next half inning for you.
Speaking of sisters, the fact that Kate, the head coach at Northwestern, gets to coach with her twin sister Carol. Tag team that they've been able to do now for over a decade, build what Sharon Drysdale started there at Northwestern.
Carol works a lot with the hitters. Foul territory.
Oh. Good hustle. Just went hard into the wall.
Got a good story, by the way, for you as we see that again. Coming up later on in the ball game, one of the advantages for Northwestern being close to the north side of Chicago and Wrigley Field, they've been able to develop a little bit of a relationship with some of the folks at the Chicago Cubs. It's what we call a tease in the biz. 2-2. Good fight from Grace here. One of the things that came out of that win over UCLA in the regular season was the pass the bat mentality. Get some quality at-bats, get on base, pass some intel on to the next woman up. Perez, high hopper, and the sidearm over to first. Got her. 3 up and 3 down. 1-0 Bruins.
Megan Faremo been getting it done in the circle. Over 280 strikeouts on the season. Her rise ball's been explosive. She's been on fire.
Welcome back to the Women's College World Series presented by Capital One. Here with Northwestern coach Kate Drohan. And coach, that first inning, UCLA came out swinging, got an early run. How did your team and Danielle Williams start to settle down right there?
Well, she's a warrior, you know, and she just battles. And she was able to just settle in and take charge and, you know, just start mixing things up a little bit more. I like how she's responded.
Okay, talk to me about the rise ball and what your hitters can do more effectively with it, or sitting on it or not hitting it.
Yeah, we have to look to the lower half of the zone and really build our ceiling, and that's where we want to do our damage for sure.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, go Cats.
Danielle Williams, why she's been able to be so good to keep the Bruins off the board thus far. We talked about the changeup, and this has been the money pitch for her and how she sets that up prior to it. But at the hand, it looks like it's going to be hard, and then she pulls the string. And as a hitter, when you're in the box, this is Jada Coleman just yesterday. Look at this is what they're seeing. They are sitting on what's about to be caught, but look at the difference. Changeup to fastball, that's why you see out on your front foot. About a difference of 5 feet. Is what she's able to do, and you can't tell it's coming.
She has struck out 4, has avoided trouble since that run was scored back in the first. Bruins have had a couple of base runners since. She'll face 6, 7, and 8 here in the top of the 4th. Win or go home on this Friday night in Oklahoma City. Off of her glove, and it'll skip out into center field. Base hit for Pola. Hey, our Sunday night baseball matchup comes your way at Wrigley Field as the Cards take on the Cubs. Coverage begins at 5:30 Eastern on ESPN with baseball tonight. Sunday night countdown. Cubbies got them today. Win for Chicago over St. Louis.
Well, they won a game. Did I say that?
You just did.
Oh, the Pirates.
And according to our ratings, 1 million or so people just heard it.
The Pirates, though, they won some games, took down the Dodgers this week, swept them.
Gonna be a crazy summer again. Vines, that's the second sacrifice of the night for the UCLA Bruins. They scored on the first one back in the first inning. Let's go down to the field in Holly Rowe.
So I know the cereal Lucky Charms had a great debut this year in college softball, bringing luck to certain teams, but the Reese's Puffs have now made a statement in the UCLA dugout. I am told these come out when there is a defensive miscue because it just ate them up.
Oh. Huh. Okay. Okay. Is that in anticipation of a defensive miscue?
They're trying to make
well,
it
first
happen.
and foremost,
I like the dive.
It doesn't look like there's enough milk in that bowl. That's a whole nother
That's really
subject.
what you see out of all the things that are happening.
Yes. Because I'm hungry.
Oh, the dice are it's house money that they're playing with.
Okay.
So just maybe.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's props. That's definitely been the theme for all teams in college softball this year. Seen piñatas.
Strike to Megan Faremo. Popped up to third back in the second inning.
I guess the cereals may be considered food. Is it a food or a prop?
Both?
Both.
That's my
look
favorite
at
kind of
look at how pulled in the outfield is, by the way, here for Faremo. She'll draw the walk, 2 on with 1 out. Kelly Gooden's due up. She's primarily a slapper. Do we get a pinch hitter here? It looks like we might. Where's Kelly? Talking with the other Kelly, head coach Kelly I. And they will go to a different bat. Nope, it'll be Kelly. Looked like they pulled back Seneca Curro, number 11. So Gooden struck out looking at a change in the second. Pops up the bunt.
Yeah, I think the decision was based on, okay, we could use her at a short game, move runners. One out, though. I still like the pop.
That is a lot of faith in your leadoff, Kinsley Washington, to get the job done with 2 outs.
Yeah, and she's been good, even though it's that lefty-lefty matchup. Washington has been good against lefties.
Well, she's got 4 hits off of Williams this year in their 2 games. The outfield remains shallow, and as we've seen from Northwestern, their shortstop, Maeve Nelson, likes to play closer to third. So she can get the coverage there. Got a piece of Jordan Rudd. Athletic trainer is out to check on her and encouraging a deep breath or two.
Got her in the chest. Miss, actually, the chest protector.
I believe the chant from the Northwestern faithful was Rudd's a stud, and she will indeed stay in the game. 1-2 pitch. Base hit up the middle. Runners will be held at a benefit of that shallow outfield. They were hard charging, especially Shellmeyer in center, so they are loaded for the top of the order.
Look how tight the defense is, and just a perfect poke. And you got to remember, she tried to sacrifice twice and failed. This is even better, a base hit up the middle, all about placement. It's exactly what Kelly Gooden does there.
Couple of singles, a walk, the sacrifice sprinkled in there, and here comes Kinsley Washington. Walked and scored in the first, singled in the third. 3 of the 4 innings now, the Bruins have had a runner in scoring position. And the first time tonight, they've loaded them up. Kinsley on the season, 2 for 7 with the bases loaded. Neither of those was a home run. And a pinch runner out at second base is Lauren Carter. Faremo can re-enter, but they'll get the pitcher out, so nothing happens to her on the base paths. So it's Pohl at third, Carter at second, Gooden at first. All with wheels. Infield is in. First pitch swinging. And it's dropped out and left by Zedek, and a run will score. Second error of the game for Northwestern, and this one costly.
This is definitely priority left field, but Maeve Nelson was actually going to be camped underneath it. She goes back great. That's a shortstop, but then Zedek calls her off. Obviously a ball that can definitely be caught. She's running full speed, ends up catching up almost up her arm. Costly error for the Wildcats.
Smiles for the Bruins as Pola comes in. There you go. There's your Reese's Puffs cereal. Held high by Aaliyah Jordan, their injured All-American, who was out earlier this year with an ACL injury. They are still loaded for Bree Perez. 7 errors, by the way. 8 errors in this Women's College World Series in 5 games. 6 of them from outfielders so far.
Yeah, it's interesting. This is a Northwestern team who had just 41 errors coming into today's game. In fact, both the Bruins as well, just 41 errors. Both teams typically pretty clean. A couple of routine pop-ups dropped.
Perez, a sacrifice in the first, walked in the third. Infield pop, Katie, she's got it in what should have been the third out of the inning, but it will give Delaney Wiz a shot at it here with the bases loaded. The best hitter on the team this season. Couple of home runs, 14 runs batted in during the NCAA tournament. RBI single in the first, a strikeout on a rise ball in the third. When Delaney also had a chance to drive one in.
Delaney Wiz with a rise ball yesterday. One of those scrizes from Dulcini coming up and in, and she just turns on it, drives that shot over the left field fence, a 2-run bomb that got the Bruins on the board.
Her other home run was a grand slam against Grand Canyon in the regionals. And she has been a terror on left-handers.
120 points higher. And Williams just throwing her completely different in this third at-bat. First at-bat was a first pitch swinging curveball on the outside corner, backdoor, and for the base hit, struck her out on a rise ball outside. Now they're coming completely underneath the hands, challenging Delaney on that inside corner.
Wiz couldn't hold up on it. Second big strikeout for Williams of Delaney Wiz. Bruins leave them loaded, but they do get one in, 2-0.
Danielle Williams still holding up the bases loaded. The biggest hitter in this Bruins lineup gets her with a changeup. Now it's time for the Cats to pick up the bats. Welcome back to ESPN's coverage of the Women's College World Series presented by Capital One. Here with Kelly Noy-Perez from UCLA. And Coach, your team has come out aggressive tonight. What kind of pressure is your team putting on the defense of Northwestern?
I mean, we definitely had a game plan to be able to try to get on the board first. I think we're obviously a little too aggressive right now because that was a big inning that we had to capitalize and wanted to get more. But you know what? We got our backs against the wall. Anything, we'll take a W no matter what it looks like. If it's a dirty dub today, we're down for that.
Okay. Megan Ferramo, she feels different in the circle tonight from her appearance yesterday. What do you see that's different?
She knew she didn't pitch well yesterday, you know, and we can talk about anything you want, but bottom line, when you get another opportunity, which is the best part about a double elimination bracket, we had a good talk last night. She owned it, and she wanted to come out and be able to pitch her game. I told her, be you, and I love to see that she's being exactly what we hope her to be. I'm excited for her because she gets stronger and stronger. The opportunity to be able to continue to play is going to work in our benefit.
FIWB. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Megan Faramo's just been strong in the circle this evening, really using that rise ball the way she has framed it, putting it at the upper level of the zone, and the Cats just swinging through it. Great rotation, but she's on the edges, and that's what really counts when this ball sharply breaks at the end. Look at the way it's going to have that movement. It gets into the eyes of those hitters. She induces the swing and miss. 4 strikeouts on the afternoon. A completely different pitcher than what we saw yesterday.
Has faced the minimum so far because the only single, Skylar Shellmeyer, was then caught stealing on a strike him out, throw him out. So Bottom of the 4th inning, and it's Schellmeyer coming up again, top of the order. I really like that. Doesn't matter. Get the dirty dub. I like that. It's actually been pretty clean so far for Megan.
Yeah, she was talking about their offense, just that it hasn't.
Yeah.
They should have capitalized in more of those situations, but she's like, I'm good with it if we get the win.
And they're up 2-0. Elimination game tonight. Coming up next, Oregon State and Arizona. We will send 2 teams home this evening. The field of 8 down to 6. Winners bracket games tomorrow. Texas OU on ABC at 3 Eastern. And then Florida, Oklahoma State tomorrow night, 7 o'clock on ESPN.
Schellmeyer
swinging through the rise.
Yeah, and Beth, first couple pitches, she was working so hard to lay off that rise ball at the top of the zone. And this is where Megan Framo is so good, because she can play with the height and the depth, how she throws that pitch. She lowers it just a little bit to get Schellmeyer to swing through to bring the count to 1-2. And this is where Framo's really worked on being able to bend that rise ball. She'll pull it in with her wrist a little bit and make it cut up and in to lefties. She can also then pull her thumb out and make it go up and away from lefties or into righties.
In one.
Exactly, exactly. And
2-2.
Yeah, that's the pitch where she's going to bend that up and a little bit away.
Kirk Walker, and then behind him is Lisa Fernandez. Don Slaught, the MLB veteran, also back there as a volunteer. Staff's been together a long time. Popped up in foul territory, and Tessa Malaulu gets it 1 down.
Well, it was Lisa Fernandez that actually worked with Framo this season in particular, Smitty, on staying more open with her body. So when she gets to that position, we talked about her driving in her legs, but she gets to that position where her front foot lands, staying open. And what that has helped her do is get more bend on that rise ball. As a left-handed batter too, she hides the ball. You can't see it because she stays more open. I always loved it when a pitcher got closed quick, because then you could see the ball quicker. When you have a big-bodied pitcher, and it's opposite side, like she needs any more help, but
1-0 from Megan. Against Rachel Lewis, struck out on a rise ball in the first.
This is just the adjustments. The first pitch was up and out of the zone. She brings this one down. She gets the swing and miss. So just the adjustment between the first pitch, up the eyeballs, not swung out, brings it down, induces the swing and miss. And that really was the difference yesterday. Yesterday, of the 6 hits she gave up, 4 of them were on the very first pitch, too close to the zone, and Texas jumped on them. She has been much better with her first pitches this afternoon against Northwestern.
Good showdown here of pitcher and player of the year in their respective conferences. Both All-Americans.
best hitter in this lineup. Best hitter in the Big Ten. Best pitcher from the Pac-12. It's what you want. It's why you're at the World Series. Best of the best, head-to-head.
Yeah, a career home run leader. And the versatility that we've talked about for Rachel. How about a career of 200 hits, 200 runs scored, and 100 stolen bases?
She's the only active player in college softball or baseball with 60-plus career home runs and 80-plus career stolen bases.
As was able to work the count full. Only Sierra Romero of Michigan has more home runs than Rachel Lewis in Big Ten history. And draws the walk, and that will bring the tying run to the plate.
That's a great hold. I know we've shown some replays of Rachel Lewis starting to trigger her whole lower body, and that's where we've seen the strikeouts, is not being able to hold up. Watch your bottom half. Her bottom half is like, heck yes. Top half says nope. She's able to barely hold that back. I know we talked about how strong she is. That is strength too. Deceleration. It's a nice take to get herself on base. And only the second base runner Ramo's allowed.
Jordan Rudd grounded to short back in the first inning. Did have a hit yesterday in the loss to OU. One thing you do know with these rise ball hitters, we've seen them miss a lot today, but if you can tee off on one, Ramo has allowed 25 home run balls this year, so you're not more than one swing away. Of course, you still got to catch up to it or lay off it.
Yeah, and she just threw a first pitch off speed for a strike and then goes back outside to Rudd.
Jordan Rudd's actually choking up more this at bat. Her adjustment from her first to second. Beth, you were talking about trying to catch up. That helps just shorten the path. It's a couple inches.
.375 this year with runners on base for Jordan.
And staying on that outside corner, the middles are set up for it. Northwestern looking for that hit.
Gives a lot of credit to her dad, James, who was a good baseball catcher back in his day, and that's why Jordan chose a similar path. And of course, as we have talked about, so many of these players have worked with the 2006 and 7 World Series teams. Tammy Williams has been another great influence. Rudd, slow roll to Perez, scoops to second for one, over to first, and they'll get the lead for 2 outs.
Now it's set up perfectly for that, working the outside corner, hoping for this, to get around the outside part of the ball so Perez can easily pick it up. They can go for the lead runner, so Perez to Vines, trying to turn the double play. It's a slow developing play, so they're not going to get Rudd at first. But that is all about working the count, working the pitch location, and then setting up and positioning your defense appropriately to get that ground ball that was induced.
Here's a fun little rematch with Maeve Nelson, who hit a home run off of Ramo in their regular season matchup to walk off for a win. And when you talk to the Cats, it may have been the most significant swing of the season, because it gave them the belief that they could compete with anyone and they could get to the World Series at the end of the year. And here they are.
It's been a good little pitch to change up away. Ramo has been firing back on the rise ball in. See if she goes to it here, but it's the setup pitches. You got 55 miles an hour away and then 70, 15 mile an hour jump up on the hands.
Didn't see that off-speed pitch at all, really. First time through, second time through the lineup here. Dishing it, boom.
2-1 and now 2-2. And let's get you back to Clearwater. This was the swing of Nelson in the 8th. Down a run, 2 outs, 2 strikes, 2 on. See ya. Couldn't wait to get home to celebrate. The walk-off for the Cats. Same 2 combatants right here. Called strike 3. Four complete, 2-0 UCLA on top of Northwestern.
Maeve Nelson sitting rise ball. Instead she gets the Lowe's rise for strike 3 for the 3rd out.
Jennings, first pitch swinging, deep drive, and gone! Tiare Jennings, grand slam, her 3rd of the year! Jana Johns, deep fly ball, and back it goes! 2nd grand slam of the game for Oklahoma! That was yesterday, Oklahoma's win over Northwestern. Here is your winner's bracket Saturday. The winner of these 2 games, they're into the semifinals on separate sides of the bracket. Oklahoma, Texas at 3 Eastern on ABC. Florida, Oklahoma State, 7 Eastern on ESPN. The new World Series format, if you win, you get the next day off. If you win, you get another day off. Not the case for these teams coming out of the losers bracket, although they will have tomorrow off and have another elimination game on Sunday. The winner of this would face either Florida or Oklahoma State, the loser of tomorrow night's showdown. Of course, Texas and Oklahoma State, the only 2 teams to beat the Sooners. Texas did it in the regular season, ended Oklahoma's 38-0 record-setting start to the season. And then Oklahoma State got them right here on this field in the Big 12 tournament final just a few weeks ago. Still to come tonight, Oregon State and Arizona. Maya Brady, followed by Garcia and Pola. It's 4, 5, and 6. Maya singled back in the 1st.
Brady's single in that 1st inning was off a 0-2 count.
What you got for us, Holly?
Well, Maya Brady's come alive lately, and she said, I had to get back to what I do really well. I operate well when I'm aggressive. I can't get caught up in the trap of great pitch callers. She said she has been prone to somebody with this sequence. She's learning more, watching more film, and getting better, not letting the pitch calling get her out.
Oh, and that's a good look on a changeup, and that's what she's talking about. You go deeper into counts, sometimes more tools come out of the toolbox for really elite pitchers. You have to deal with the changeup. You have to deal with the curveball running away. Maybe the screwball in on your hands.
Base hit, Brady.
That's a heck of an at-bat. I mean, just the pitch sequencing that Maya Brady went through, they went in under the hands, they went away. She threw 3 changeups, including this last one. It's located away, but she shortened up. And to Holly's point, too, just kind of getting a better understanding of what she's hunting. And in this at-bat, she was looking middle away, able to sit back, get herself on base.
Lead off aboard here in the top of the 5th for the Bruins. This is Alyssa Garcia. Pop up and a strikeout. 5 on the night for Danielle Williams. 2 big ones to get out of jams against Delaney Wiz. Garcia puts down the sacrifice. Williams with the tag, 1 out. Brady to second base and into scoring position. That's the 3rd sacrifice of the day. Oh, what do we got here? What is that? Oh, is that a little snow cone action? Snow cone. I'm going to guess blue raspberry. Yes. Oh, no, that's just the spoon.
That's called the ice.
Just the spoon. Blue raspberry, come on.
You make your own.
Blue.
No, she died.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
Tiger's blood. Ah, I should have known. That's a.
Blue raspberry.
You got it. You got it. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That a girl.
You guys are really excited about the snow cones.
That a girl.
Well, normally it's Dippin' Dots. We're all like, Dippin' Dots.
Savannah Pola singled and scored in the 4th. Bruins left the bases loaded. Could have done a lot more damage.
7 lobs already. 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position. They've had the opportunities. A couple runs on the board, but it could easily be a 5-0 game.
And Pola had a chance back in the 1st inning. Flew out.
Savannah Pola's got that splint on her right pinky. Can't grip the bat, can't throw the ball with all 4 fingers. An injury that she had back after the Utah series or during the Utah series, and I'm telling you, like, to have your bottom hand, I get it's your pinky, but still to not have that 4th finger on the bat, one of the things that affects the most is the deceleration. So when you're trying to slow down your swing afterwards.
Full count. She thought that one was out of the zone. Called strike 3. Number 6 for Williams, 2 down.
That's that backdoor curveball or inside curveball, Jess.
No, and especially if you know a changeup's coming, watch her freeze on this because it starts at her and it freezes your body, but watch it curve back over the plate. I mean, it almost looks like she's trying to do the limbo to get underneath that thing. A really well-executed pitch for Danielle Williams.
Here's Anna Vines. Struck out on the change and then a sacrifice and a called strike there. Or excuse me, she did not check her swing.
Coming right back with that change up. Dirty. Her change up's dirty.
It is.
Dirty Dans and Dirty Dubs today at the Women's College World Series. Maeve Nelson's got it. And the Bruins will leave another one stranded, but they still have the 2-0 lead.
The definition of a woman on a mission. You call me singing how you like.
So everybody wants to take that championship trophy home with them. Only one can. Last year it was Oklahoma for the 5th time. We have an elimination game going on Friday night here in Oklahoma City. Megan Faremo, 4 innings of work, 5 strikeouts. Danielle Williams right there with her. 5 innings and 6 K. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Story other than the 2-0 lead is the 8 runners left on base for the Bruins. They have had several chances to bust it open, but they have allowed Northwestern to hang around. This is the inning that Northwestern got to Faremo in their regular season game.
This is a Northwestern team that's used to playing from behind. Remember in Game 3 against ASU, they were down 5-0.
Rallied to win that super regional.
Down in a couple of those games, but Game 3 specifically. I remember trying to keep one eyeball open. It was late on the East Coast. Studying for the Women's College World Series. I was like, ooh.
Nikki Cochran, 5-6-7 for the Cats. Out to left, Kelly Gooden. 1 down. There's some notable come from behind victories for the gals from Evanston, including UCLA. They were down a run in that 8th inning. Also at Indiana in extras, and then the one we were referring to at Arizona State last weekend.
On that game against UCLA in February, the win probability, they were already all the way down to like 21.1% only win probability in that 8th inning, and all of a sudden that home run, obviously by Maeve, completely the most impactful hit of the entire season, actually, for both these teams. There it is. Maeve Nelson walk-off in that 8th.
They beat the odds. Can they figure out Megan Faremo? She's been a tough puzzle to solve. Just a couple of base runners tonight.
The most defining pitch in college softball history has been the rise ball. Megan Faremo has the best here in the tournament. Didn't have the same movement. But look at what she's been able to do through 4 innings with that rise ball. 65% of them are strikes, and more importantly, 50% have been swing and miss. Half the rise balls that she has thrown, no contact on the receiving end.
Two to Zedek. Shallow center, gonna be a run, and going back is Perez, and it's off her glove, and she did not give way there to Brady, and the throw to first, diving back in safely is Zedek.
Wow, and that's got to be communication, right, Jess? I mean, I think that's Brady's ball.
100%. I mean, just to literally see how far you have to travel if you're Brie Perez, you're in center field. And that's just aggressiveness. I mean, you got to know as soon as this ball's hit and you're an outfielder, especially center fielder, no one has more priority on the field than center field. Be loud. Go get that. Zedek is safe going back to first base.
They will rule that a hit. Although I bet even the Bruins would score themselves an E on that one. It's the first hit for Northwestern since the first inning. Kelly out there chatting with Paul Ed, seems to be satisfied with the discussion. So here's Hannah Cady. And once again, Northwestern can bring the tying run to the plate. Had a chance last inning, couldn't cash it. And second baseman Anna Vines. I think there's a sliver of sun coming through the concourse down onto the field, so she will replace the protective glasses with the sunglasses. There you see it. Trying to inspire a Northwestern hitter to move a runner into scoring position. Nada so far tonight.
Rise ball's been dominating at times. Ramos still throwing it over 70 miles an hour. Producing a lot of that swing and miss when she throws it right at that belt level.
Time's getting short against Faremo. Lose and go home is the theme tonight in this Elimination Friday. Winner plays on Sunday against Florida or Oklahoma State. Those two teams play tomorrow.
That's a good hold. That's the second time through the lineup kind of hold. We saw Hannah Katie struck out on that pitch back in the third inning. Weight room. That's what they're yelling from the dugout.
And a terrific at-bat for Hannah Katie draws the walk. And they finally now have a runner in scoring position. Tying run at first. Go ahead at the plate. Second free pass from Megan Faremo. And Northwestern starting to feel a little bit.
Yeah, just the 36th walk of the year. There's 2 walks in this game, 35 and 36. So Faremo usually does a pretty good job of controlling the strike zone, not issuing those free passes. But credit to Northwestern, they've done a good job starting to really not swing at some of those elevated rise balls.
Great scene tonight in Oklahoma City, the first of our doubleheader with Oregon State and Arizona coming up next. And the first big threat for the Wildcats. Sydney Supley popped up in the third. 300 hitter on the season with a runner in scoring position.
Right now, the home plate umpire actually telling Sydney Supley, and this has been a complaint coming in from UCLA and Kirk Walker of them being out of the batter's box. Some of their placement. Supley was, can't really see a lot of the batter's box, but her back foot was out of the box. That's how deep they want to get against Faremo.
Strike across the inside corner.
A lot of these Northwestern hitters are getting that front foot down very early against Faremo. Open stance, yeah, way back. Front foot down early. Right there.
Could not hold up. 0-2.
Good call.
out. And the fist pump from Faremo, 2 down.
Now that is just all power. 3 rise balls goes right at Supley. This is on the inside corner. Great late movement, really well located. Faremo fired up.
She blew it by her.
Woo, yeah.
I mean, Supley late.
Number 9 hitter, Grace Nito. Couple home runs, 17 runs batted in this year, and she'll slap it here, and Perez can't get it. It's a fair ball. Run will score for Northwestern, and they've cut the deficit in half.
One of the things too, when you got a lot of velocity and a lot of movement, I think this is where short game is such a benefit, because all you're trying to do is get to contact. Just literally get your barrel to the ball, try to place something. Couldn't find a better spot on the field, honestly, to get between the reaching Brie Perez off the glove. Great effort there. Grace Nito, your number 9 hitter, on base, an RBI and a double. Remember, this game would be tied if it wasn't for the error. So only 1 earned run for UCLA.
Well, not only that, but if Brady and Perez had their communication right, there would have already been a 3rd out this inning. And now look at Northwestern. They've got the tying run at 3rd, the go-ahead run at 2nd. RBI double for the 9 hitter Grace Nito, and here's Skylar Shellmeyer. One and one.
This is the player you've got to get out, because the best hitter in this lineup is on deck. And Rachel Lewis, Big Ten Player of the Year, home run yesterday.
Two and one. Kate Drohan told us this week, Skylar changes how we play. She's a risk taker. She's a go for broke kind of player. And everybody else feeds off of that energy. Missed it down and in.
That was close. I don't think you can get much closer than that. Definitely shocks Shellmeyer because it's inside, and that's a strike. Remember, watch Shellmeyer. She's coming over the plate. So, of course, that pitch is going to look like it's going to hit her, but it's still on the plate.
Full count with 2 outs and 2 on. And the bases are loaded for Northwestern. It's the 2nd walk of the inning. And here comes the career home run leader, Rachel Lewis.
This is matchup you want. You couldn't ask for more. Bases loaded.
It's almost like we called Hollywood, hey, I want you to script this game. Yeah. This is how it's going to go. 1-run game, bases loaded, and you want the hitter, you want Rachel Lewis against Faremo.
What you got, Holly?
Well, Rachel Lewis told us the other day that when she gets into the box, she doesn't put pressure on herself. She said, I've got so many people around me who make me feel like they're going to get it done too. She said, I'm mentally strong in the box because of the women around me, and I don't cave to pressure. Boy, I'm not sure there's much more pressure than what she's facing right now in her career, but she's had a great mindset so far.
Holly, she told us she came back for a 5th year pretty much for this at bat. Yesterday, she took one deep.
This is against Oklahoma. In fact, gave them the lead. It was a 0-0 game, and Lewis put him on the board 1-0, the biggest hit to start off the World Series, and they ended up losing that one by a bunch because Oklahoma bats came alive. But Lewis, in fact, has had 10 late inning pressure situations for Northwestern this year. 6 of them have been home runs.
One and 0.
And Northwestern continues to have quality takes on the elevated rise ball. The one that's up at the shoulders.
Two and 0.
How about the respect for Rachel Lewis in the outfield? Their heels, I mean, they are on the warning track. In fact, Savannah Pola in right field is up against the wall. I mean, there's not a whole lot of room. That is the most respect we've seen from a hitter here so far in Oklahoma City.
That's Brady out in center. Here's the 2-0 pitch. 3-0.
Ramos pitch count now over 100.
Took it, 3-1. Still a good hitter's pitch here. Katie Nito Shellmeyer aboard. Full count.
That tells me, Smitty, she's looking middle away, because both those same location strikes, personally, I like them. Middle in. Rachel Lewis not looking there.
Three-two pitch coming with 2 outs. The runners will be on the move. Called strike 3. Came on the inside corner and Lewis left the bat on her shoulder. Faremo wins the biggest battle of the night.
Not going to swing at the rise ball. She's going to come into the strike zone 3 consecutive times, back to back to back, to get the strikeout. The biggest moment of the game.
Here we go.
Courtney, Madison, Danielle. Oh my gosh, we got the cardiac cats.
They're at it again.
Megan Faremo.
They're at it again, making a comeback. But how about making Faremo that 3-0 count to be able to come back?
My iWatch was tracking a workout. So the intensity of the moment, I told it that I'm not working out, but it's a little bit crazy.
Guys, hang on up there. Y'all okay?
No. How do you not swing, right?
Oh, yes. That was a pivotal moment right there. As Megan Faremo, the Pac-12 Pitcher of the Year, strikes out Rachel Lewis, looking at 3 straight pitches, the Big Ten Player of the Year, with the bases loaded. Hanging on to a 2-1 lead to the 6th inning, and here's Faremo to lead it off. She's done her part in the circle. Now the bats, they are just 2 for 12 tonight with runners in scoring position. They've left 8 on base. They've had chances in nearly every inning to pad the lead, and look at this! Megan Ferramo! Home run, UCLA!
Well, what's the pitch that we've talked about for Danielle Williams? It's been the changeup, and that's exactly what this is. And look at the location. I mean, this is where you want it, low and in, and Ferramo dropped the barrel on this changeup. The hardest hit that we've seen against Williams with that pitch. Get you some candy going around, help yourself out. Another run for the Bruins.
Well, how about the emotion, the energy after the bases loaded, she gets the strikeout, and then first up, first pitch swinging on the changeup, and just boom, helping herself out.
Well, the pitcher's dream, right, Michelle?
Oh, yeah.
Second home run of the season. She hit one against Arizona, too. She tattooed it.
Wow. Nothing better than hitting pitchers, getting that big hit to help add some separation in the game.
Kelly Gooden grounds to second. One down. They've had some pretty good pitchers who rake over the years at UCLA.
I think they are the
including
university.
Lisa Fernandez right there in the dugout with her.
They're the university for that. Look over the years, pitchers who rake. Fernandez, as you mentioned, Rachel Garcia, what she's done over the last 5 years. Ali Carta, an Olympian. Megan Langenfeld, one of the greats we've seen in Oklahoma City. And Megan Ferramo, who actually doesn't hit often, but clearly when she does, had a big, impactful at-bat last weekend in the Super Regionals. And this home run will go down as one of the best hits she's had in her pitching and hitting career.
And I think, you know, you look at Williams being left-handed. The UCLA yesterday started 8 of 9 left-handed hitters, so I think just getting another right-handed bat in the lineup was a no-brainer for them. But there's some pitchers that just throw better in the circle when they're hitting as well. Just, you know, keeping in the game. I was like that as well. I loved to hit when I was pitching. Fernandez was the same way. We almost had to get used to not hitting when we pitched for Team USA because there were so many other good hitters. Just to focus on the pitching. You can see Ferramo bringing all that energy.
Gets the strikeout with the bases loaded and then follows it up with the solo home run. 3-0 UCLA. If they win, they get the day off tomorrow. They'll play another elimination game on Sunday. As it stands right now, Northwestern trying to fend off a quick trip home at the Women's College World Series. Both these teams lost their openers yesterday. And we have definitely seen a new attitude out of the Bruins and really feeling that sense of urgency. Washington just out of the reach of Maeve Nelson. Let's send it down to Holly.
Well, you see Megan Ferramo, the strikeout, the home run. It's all part of the Mamba mentality. She read that book by Kobe Bryant before this season, and she has adopted a lot of his teaching. She wanted to come back and be ferocious. She got in better shape. She trained her mind to be strong for moments like this. And after a disappointing start to the World Series yesterday, Megan Ferramo has come back ferocious here today, and she has trained herself for that Mamba mentality since the season began.
Well, and all the work that she's put in the weight room, which included, she was telling us, you know, the Super Bowl was in Los Angeles this year, and the Cincinnati Bengals were working out at UCLA, and there's Ferramo in there with the Bengals trying to go toe-to-toe with them on the weights.
Her teammates were saying it wasn't just toe-to-toe, she was lifting more. Some of the Bengals, and they were like, hold up, okay, she's strong.
Full count. Slapped out of play. Good grab in the front row there. Well, they got the cereal out. And she draws the walk. For those of you curious at home, you've been seeing a lot of FIWB around the Bruins. It is NSFW, but we will tell you that the WB is We Ball. And tonight, Megan Framo and the Bruins have done just that. Here's Brie Perez. Still 2 more at-bats for Northwestern. They'll have 4, 5, and 6 coming up in the bottom of the inning. Rise at the eyes, 2-0. Washington trying to steal another base, and not this time. Thrown out by Rudd. Tag applied by Nelson. 2 down.
Jordan Rudd is so strong behind the dish. Look the way she's going to get rid of it. Great pop down, goes down to her knees. 15th runner of the year that she has thrown out. Really good tag by Maeve Nelson. Look at the way she's going to get that. Oh, actually, I thought she got her hand. It looked like she got her on the
face mask.
Yeah. Wow.
Right, and Nelson came all the way in from the base, past the circle to get with her catcher. Kinsley stole a base in the 3rd and now caught here in the 6th. And a called strike 3 gets Perez. But Megan Framo doing it in the circle and in the batter's box.
Megan Framo, how about him? 5 minutes of time, strike him out with the bases loaded. Northwestern, give it the bat, help myself out, change him down and in. She sends it out of here. Bruins up 3-1 ahead of the bottom of the 6th.
Megan Framo with her back up against the wall, bases loaded to the Big Ten Player of the Year. 3 non-competitive rise balls up at the top of the zone. And what does she do? She comes back and hammers the low rise at the belt. 3 consecutive pitches for the strikeout looking with the bases loaded. No bigger situation for Megan Framo and UCLA here in an elimination game to get out of a massive jam. Framo taking control in the circle. Wow.
All 3 of those too, same location too, just nailed it. Rachel Lewis not biting at any of them. You look at her day yesterday, those 2 and a 3rd, 6 hits, 4 earned runs. Today, just the 1 earned run, 3 walks, 7 Ks in the 5 that she's thrown.
And then after that big strikeout, she hits a solo home run. So it's 3-1 UCLA. Northwestern still with 6 outs to work with. Can they get their bats going? Three, 4, and 5 coming up. Beth Bowens, Jessica Mendoza, Michelle Smith, Holly Rowe. And I believe they have called a ball on Rudd a timing violation. As you referenced earlier, they're taking too much time to get going into the batter's box.
Well, and they were changing out cards, it looked like, as well. In between innings, Faremo was looking at her.
Or check that, it was on UCLA, yeah. Off speed misses high. Two and two to Rudd. 7-game hitting streak coming in. She's 0 for 2 tonight. Again, one of these veterans that has worked extensively over the years with Carol Drohan, Kate's sister. As a team hitting over 300, they've shown a lot of power, over 75 home runs this year. Scoring over 8 runs per game in the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament. Regionals and supers, and a diving grab made by Anna Vines. 1 down.
Just love the reacts too. Anna Vines coming in. We've seen so much emotion in this game because of how close this score has been. Anna Vines laying it all out, and Faremo loves it. First out of the inning.
One down, Maeve Nelson.
Faremo's energy and excitement after big plays is off the charts. You can just see how much desire there is in her to get every out in this game.
Ball.
1-1. Blows it by her, 1-2. Just 3 hits allowed. That 1 run in the 5th, and then the huge strikeout of Lewis to leave the bases loaded. That's the only inning they've had a runner in scoring position, and chasing the rise. Down goes Nelson, strikeout number 8.
Continuing to get underneath that rise ball, elevating it, knowing that she's ahead in the count, puts it up at the eyes. And this is where, for Northwestern, knowing that they're down, they've got to try to put runs up on the board. Sometimes it expands your zone. That's where that discipline becomes so important as a hitter.
That's the combination, though. That's what's so hard. It gets in your head. You know, I don't want to chase. They're very much aware they've been chasing. And then what we saw with Rachel Lewis is she did not want to chase that rise ball. And so when she saw the spin, she took 3 that were strikes. And it's just a balance. Which ones to swing at?
Nikki Cochran caught in foul territory by Kelly Gooden. Bruins 3 outs away from surviving and advancing.
The NCAA Women's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? The NCAA Women's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Another packed house here at Hall of Fame Stadium on a Friday night elimination game. Got a doubleheader for you this evening. UCLA Northwestern going on right now. Bruins leading the Cats 3-1 into the 7th inning. Still to come tonight on ESPN2, Oregon State and Arizona. Beavers took 2 of 3 in the regular season series against the Cats. And then tomorrow, big day for us. Saturday at 3 Eastern on ABC for the first time at the World Series. It's Oklahoma, Texas. And then Saturday night prime time on ESPN, Florida and Oklahoma State. The winner of this one will face the loser of the Gators and Cowgirls on Sunday afternoon. And Delaney Wiz with her second hit of the day. Delaney now 4 for 7 here at the Women's College World Series. She's lifted for a pinch runner, can re-enter the game. That's Lauren Hatch. Bruins have gotten the leadoff runner on base in 6 of 7 innings tonight. And here's Maya Brady, who's 2 for 3, a pair of singles.
I think they're waiting for the big hit for Maya Brady. She's been making really good contact, really great at bats, but kind of holding your breath if you're a Bruin fan, waiting for the big shot that you know is in there.
Brady! Back it goes! Off the base of the wall! And the double for Maya Brady puts 2 in scoring position. That one, oh, so close to getting out. And making Jess look like a genius.
It was still a pretty powerful hit. And these are the hits you expect from Maya Brady. And as much as you love the contact, getting on base, all the things that she can do, on this one, she reads it, gets underneath it, and you're talking 2 feet. And UCLA has 2 more runs on the board. But the point is Maya Brady with so much power. You see the slide. The dive into third base. Now runners at second and third. Brady had only swung at 10% of the first pitches this season. She was hunting there.
Well, both Wiz and Brady swinging at first pitch offerings. Just being aggressive on something hard.
Here's Alyssa Garcia looking for some more pad on that scoreboard before Northwestern comes up for one last chance in the 7th. Try and keep their season going. Oh for 2 with a sacrifice. Base hit. 1 run is in, and the RBI single for Garcia to score Hatch. 4-1 UCLA.
What did Kelly Inouye Perez tell Holly Rowe about halfway through this game? We need to be more aggressive. We came into this game saying we've got to get ahead. We've got to swing at the first 2 pitches in every count. Why? Because of that off-speed pitch. Once you get 2 strikes, that's where we've seen them struggle. Instead, this inning already, their hits are coming on the first 2 pitches of every at-bat.
Bruins have another pinch runner over at first. It's Seneca Curro. Michelle Gascoigne out to talk with Williams and the infield here with a 1st and 3rd situation. That pitch count, as you see, up to 114. So her total now for the NCAA tournament the last 3 weeks is 862 pitches.
Jeez. Wow, that's more than some MLB pitchers throw in a season.
It's so true, especially now.
Yeah. I know. Oh my goodness. Well, and ironically, in this inning, it's been 4 pitches. First 2 hits on first pitch coming, and then a 0-1 pitch by Garcia to score another run.
For UCLA, this is their 31st trip to the Women's College World Series. Only once in 2016 have they gone 0-2 and gone home. So you know there was some chat about that in the last 24 hours prepping for this game. They did not want to see that happen again. For the winningest program in history. Those were losses to Auburn and Florida State. And after they lost to Texas yesterday, the 5 seed had their backs up against it here tonight. Two-0 to Pola. 2-1.
Savvy Pola, really good freshman for UCLA. Is in a leverage 2-0 count. Fouls off the changeup, kind of put her hands on her head like she was sitting, and she's like, I got it, and I missed it.
Yep. Oh, straight back to just missed it.
And that's a pitch she struck out on her last at-bat looking.
Two-2 pitch, waited on it, and caught it second by Nito. There's the first out of the inning. There's Anna Vines, 0 for 2 with a sacrifice for Anna. UCLA right out of the game, literally 2 minutes into the game, they had scored a run back in the first inning. They added another in a 4th, and then the solo home run for Megan Faremo in the 6th. And they've tacked on another here in the 7th. Trying to put it out of reach for Northwestern. Vines dropping down the squeeze, and they score another one. Perfect execution for UCLA. 5-1.
And I love the way that UCLA is going to see this. So take a look at what's going on here. The first baseman is going to be back. So in this particular situation, when this bunt goes down, it's all pitcher. Williams has to take this on her own, being left-handed. There's really not much of a play for her. She's got to go over and try to shovel the ball out of her glove to try to have the opportunity to get Brady at home, but it's just not going to happen. And that's one of the problems when you play your first baseman back deep instead of having them cover on bunts and really critical situations with the runner on third.
Somebody's been working on their bunting all season long. How about 3 sacks today and now a squeeze for UCLA?
Only the second squeeze of the season, the first for Anna Vines in her career. You talk about, let's break that out in the World Series.
Faremo pops it up, and that'll squirt foul. Hit a home run her last AB. Heads up base running 2 by Kuro on that play because she got all the way around to third. Vines will take second uncontested.
Take it back to the 6. Just last inning, Megan Faremo after striking out. Rachel Lewis, the base is loaded, drops this bomb. That's where we're at today. She's been showing the emotion, doing it from both sides.
Fouls one back.
Haven't seen the changeup yet. This at bat was the pitch she hit, and Faremo now late.
Yeah, she's looking for it.
Most pitchers don't go back there. We'll see here, full count.
She did. Yep. Faremo able to tap it.
She's laughing. You know, you gotta love the mad respect too as a pitcher. It's like, okay, that was dirty. All right, I know I just hit that.
Done. Yeah. Faremo draws the walk to load him up.
Fifth walk of the game.
I think we got a pinch hitter coming up here. It'll be Tessa Malauulu, who has been playing out at third base, not in the batting order, and now she will be here in the 9 spot. They can plug her in here because Kelly Gooden was listed in the original lineup as the DP and then made the switch defensively. So Malauulu will come up with the bases loaded, a 303 hitter on the season. No home runs, 4 runs batted in. Has played in just a little over of half of their games this year. Takes a look at strike 1. Misses away, 1-1. 3 hits, a walk, a squeeze play.
Williams' pitch count now over 130. It's really starting to elevate.
Two and 1. Jammed her. Fouls another one away. Due up in the bottom of the 7th, the last chance for Northwestern. There's 6, 7, and 8 batters due up. Malauulu and the play to second for 1, and a run scores as Kuro comes in. 6-1 UCLA. 2 down.
Anita going to do a good job of actually getting to this ball. It looked like she was going to go to first base to Cochran, and then the last second she decides she's going to go back up the middle. Looks like she's going to go first, changes her foot position, goes to Maeve Nelson to pick up the out.
Well, it's hit so hard, she had enough time to be able to almost fake to go to first, replant, get the out at second.
RBI fielder's choice for Mala'ulu and some activity in the Wildcat bullpen. Sydney Supley, who has been in the batting order as the DP, made an appearance yesterday against Oklahoma. Two on with 2 outs. Back to the top of the order for Kinsley Washington. A couple of walks, a single, a stolen base, a run scored. Runner at first goes, the throw down in time, and the tag is applied for the 3rd out, and the Bruins will not get that run in from third. 6-1. UCLA 3 outs away. Can Faremo seal the deal in the 7th? Megan Faremo rolling so far for UCLA, looking to shut it down. Time now to take a look at the Capital One rewarding performance, and it's Megan Faremo in the at-bat against Rachel Lewis. 3 straight strikes. After the 3 balls, a 6-pack arises, and then she follows it up with the solo swat. She's the woman of the hour for the Bees. And now she's looking for 3 more outs. Survive in advance for UCLA, trying to get to a Sunday elimination game against either Florida or Oklahoma State. Northwestern needs a big rally to walk it off, or their season comes to an end here tonight. The win probability when they trailed in extra innings back in February against UCLA was 9%. They rallied to win. Tonight, the win probability just 1%. Can they beat the odds for the Big Ten?
Well, that win probability only starts to go up when you get runners on base. That 9% went up to 21.1% when they got a couple of runners on base.
Zedak and Katie are the first ones due up here. They both have reached base. They were on in that 5th inning when they threatened with the bases loaded. Line to Brady, and back it goes over her head to the base of the wall. Then the long single to lead it off for Zedak.
Angela Zedak leads this team actually with exit velocity. She's been so consistent, 80 miles an hour plus. Crushes this one. Beth, you mentioned the work that the Wildcats have done with the Cubs, Justin Stone, Rachel Fulden. And this is a big one that they talked about. They even used her as an example to the Cubs hitters because of the force that she can create with her body and the exit velocity. Because of it, she showed it there with that hit.
Just the 2nd time they've had the lead off on, of course, Northwestern and Evanston, Illinois. So just a stone's throw from Wrigley, and the relationship that they've developed over the years through the Drohan sisters to spend some time with the folks from the Cubs, especially during the pandemic when things were slowing down a bit and beyond.
And it's cool too because Rachel Fulden's softball player, and now she's the first in the Cubs organization, first female. as a hitting coach for the rookie ball. Justin Stone, their hitting coordinator, hitting coach as well, and what they've been able to do with Northwestern has been amazing stuff.
Here's the work that they have done offensively the last few years. Look at the rise in the batting average and the power.
The home runs. I mean, that's been the difference, is their understanding of how to get power. How to make the most out of the body positions that they get themselves in. And you're talking about like force plates on the ground. You see this look for Hannah Katie. She actually called it.
Looked like it went off her hand.
Yes, it did.
But it also hit the knob. See the knob vibrating. And Katie actually told the umpire it hit my bat. She's so honest.
I actually kind of like that she wanted to stay in there, but it doesn't work out so well. A strikeout for Faremo.
9th strikeout for Faremo. Screwball on the outside corner. It's got a lot of run on it. Love the way, look at the location of this pitch. So it starts on the plate and starts to run away. Really nice screwball. 9th strikeout of the night for Faremo.
Going to get a pinch hitter here for the Cats. Lauren Calderon.
13 for 26.
Came on yesterday as a pinch hitter. 0 for 1. They're at 8-9 in the order here, trying, as they talked about, off of the regular season win against UCLA, the belief that was born out of that stunning comeback, the pass the bat mentality. Can they reach the top of the order one more time and give them a shot? Especially her, Rachel Lewis. Oh, would she love another chance? Faremo has other intent.
She's just challenging. She's going right at him.
She can tell that they've been taking the rise ball. They haven't been biting at it, so now she's throwing it more in the strike zone.
0-2 pitch. Lays off the rise. Don't forget, it's just the first of our 2 games tonight. Another elimination game on deck with Oregon State and Arizona. Kevin Brown, Andrea Carter, along with our Amanda Scarborough. We'll have that for you. And a strikeout for Faremo. 2 down.
Double digits now for Faremo on strikeouts.
In for a strike to Grace Nito there. Down to their final out, possibly of the season here for Northwestern. Nito, base hit, and they will reach the top of the order. Skylar Shellmeyer with Rachel Lewis on deck. Nito's second hit of the night.
She's been great in that 9-hole this evening.
Well, it's the 5 seniors. That's who you want to turn it over to. And Grace Nito, ironically, the freshman, has done a nice job of getting it to those seniors who have led this team, who have been this team. Now Skylar Shellmeyer trying to continue to pass that back, which is what they do when they're winning games.
A single, a pop-up, and a walk for Skylar. Right back to Faremo. Over to first ball game. UCLA wins it. 6-1 the finals. Survive and advance for the Bruins. And the season comes to an end for Northwestern with Rachel Lewis in the on-deck circle.
Think about the seasons of seniors. Danielle Williams for Northwestern and Shellmeyer getting that last out. Rachel Lewis, the greatest player in Northwestern history. Tough pill to swallow right now, but there's been some really good ones on this team for these Wildcats.
Yeah, 9 seniors that had an amazing career. Williams with the amount of heart. Lewis.
So Northwestern's run comes to an end. They go 0-2 here at the Women's College World Series. Megan Faremo, after taking the loss yesterday, bounces back big time. The 1 run allowed on 5 hits. And she finishes with 9 strikeouts. None bigger than that one of Lewis with the bases loaded. And then she follows it up by going deep. Little bit of everything from Megan Tron tonight, Holly Rowe.
Well, Megan, such a crucial inning. You're in the circle pitching, and they're about to tie this game up with runners on base. How did you get that strikeout to the best hitter in school history?
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty nervous in that moment, but I knew no matter what I did in that situation, my team was going to have my back. We were going to get out of that somehow.
You had your own back because you get up the very next inning and go yard. What were you thinking in that at-bat?
Every at-bat I go, I just try to have a quality at-bat. I was trying to make adjustments based off my previous ones, and I got lucky.
I know you studied Kobe Bryant and the Mamba mentality. Yesterday wasn't the best start to your World Series. How did you glean from that mentality to come back and be so strong today?
Yeah, I mean, everybody goes through failure, and you can either decide to crumble or you can decide to come back. And I felt like the best thing I could do for my team was come back from that.
What does this do now to give you guys some life and some juice to really go for it?
I think it just shows us what we're capable of. We need a reminder of what UCLA softball looks like, and that was that fight in there.
Is Megatron the name? Megantron, tell me what it is.
Man, I don't know. Megatron, Megalodon, Meg is good also, Valu is good, whatever you guys come up with.
Okay, last thing, I need the secret to the fist pump. I think you have the best fist pump I've ever seen.
No, I get so self-conscious because I don't mean for it to be so like explosive, and it is, but it's just all that passion coming out in that moment.
We love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll see you guys.
All right, Megan Faremo and UCLA, they'll stick around, get the day off tomorrow, and then get ready for Elimination Sunday here at the Women's College World Series. We got another Elim game coming up with Oregon State and Arizona. And winner's bracket double dip coming your way tomorrow. Let's send it now to 7 Innings Live, the studio update. Courtney Lyle, Danielle Laurie, and Madison Shipman.